Ron, I understand your faith is very important to you. Tell us about your faith.
Well, it has, I guess, been important to me all my life. But when I was a youngster, my mother was Lutheran faith, and we would go every Sunday to church and things like that. But as I got older, and then I started reading more about the Bible, and I started reading the Catechism of the Catholic Church, and I also realized that the Catholic Church was the first uh, Christian church in the world. You know,
Okay.
it started with basically uh, Peter was the first pope, basically, of the Catholic Church. Anyway, I started reading stuff, but then when I met Marilyn and she was Catholic, I when I went into the service about 4 days after we got engaged, and then when I was overseas, I started studying catechism, and while I was in Okinawa, then I became a Catholic at that time.
Was it difficult?
No, no, I kind of fell right into it because I understood what was going on, and it was very interesting. And I always did when I was in the service. I always did Bible reading. I had a little portable, small Bible of the New Testament. And I probably read that thing about 4 times. I'd have it in my pocket, and I would have a 20-minute break from whatever we were doing in the military. Well, I would take that out and read something in it, and so that's what got me interested mostly in it.
Now, the age that we're living in right now, 2019, is it easy for anyone with any faith to, do you know, if they wanted to convert to Catholicism, is it easy?
It's easy. It takes you got to go through classes for the study of it. In fact, our daughter Cheryl helps in that
Oh, really? I didn't
over
know that.
over our church. But no, it takes a while. Study. You got to do quite a bit of study. They study the Catechism and the Bible, and they got to then uh, decide whether they want to go on to become a Catholic, and then they'll be brought into the church by the pastor.
Okay.
But no, it's what bothers me about it right now is the fact that a lot of the young people are leaving church, not only Catholic church but any
Right.
religion. And that bothers me to no end. That after they get to be 18 or 20, they decide they don't want to go to church no more.
Does that have uh, to do with the scandals um,
No, I don't think so.
to some degree?
No, most of it is just due that they don't take time to study the religion and take time to live it, and they just decide to get out of it.
I see a lot of mega churches now to attract the younger crowd have rock music
Yeah, but
going on.
to me, that's not a church.
Yeah, I know, but they're just trying to preserve,
Yeah,
the congregation and
yeah.
attract the younger people because we're living in a different age now,
Oh yeah,
and it's hard for things, when things, the time evolves and things
yeah.
change.
Then you got people that are strictly against it and always fight with it, and especially some people in our government.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know what's going to happen down the road, but I know I'll be all right. But I'm sorry for some of our children that didn't stay with it.
What do you love mostly about the Catholic faith?
Oh, just everything. It's the fact that it was the original faith of Jesus, and he gave Peter basically the job to continue on with the teachings, and that developed into the Catholic Church eventually. And then in the 1500s, then one of the priests broke away and started the Lutheran Church, and that started breaking up into people breaking it up in their own little thing, you know. But there's just a lot of good stuff in it.
Tell us about the vision you had the night you lost your son Greg.
Our son Greggy. Well, this was, we were in Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota, and the reason we were there is to, our son, oldest boy Steve, was going to be ordained. And so we went there, and Greg couldn't go because he was supposed to, the next day he was supposed to be the best man in his brother-in-law's wedding. And so when we got we went to the Minnesota, and after the ordination we were having a party, and then they come in and told us that they got word that Greg had committed suicide. And when that sounded off, Marilyn just fell to the floor and cried. And so when at the evening was over, we went to our motel, and I was laying in bed and just staring at where the wall and the ceiling join. I just looking at that, laying in bed, and all of a sudden I get a flash of light. And there I see Jesus and Mary standing there with their hands out, and I see Greg then going up to him with his hands out. And as soon as his hands touched their hands, then the vision went away. And after that, my body was just so relaxed. I was amazing. It just no worry, no pressure. It just seemed like you're completely relaxed. Before that, I was all intense. And I noticed what in that vision, Greg had a tank top shirt on, blue jeans, and white athletic shoes. Well, a week after we got back home, the week after, I went to the police station to get, because they had taken my revolver. And I had to go there to get it back, because I don't know how Greg found it in my duffel bag. But anyway, I went there, and in the report, it said Greg was wearing tank top, blue jeans, and white athletic shoes. Yeah. And that's what I saw prior to that.
Right. Because you weren't there.
No, I wasn't, yeah. So I didn't, that just was astounding.
God has had a way to send you the message to get you relaxed, so you know he's okay.
Yeah.
You don't need to worry about him.
Yeah. Well, Greggy had gone for a year with really bad depression. We had him in the hospital there for a month or so, and none of that. I don't think the doctor that they had was good enough for helping him out. But I don't know what caused his depression, whether because of his wife's behavior or what. I have no idea. But he had it for about 3 years, but just kept getting worse.
So he was on a lot of medications?
Yeah, I don't know whether he gets much medication. It's just the fact that his mental thoughts get disturbed. But I do know one of the stories that Greg told us when he used to work at the Jewel in Zion.
Okay.
And when he came out up there one time and he saw a guy grab a woman's purse and take off with it, and he took off after that guy.
Okay.
And the guy fired a shot at him, but then he ran on. But Greg couldn't catch him. But he come back without the purse. But he was crazy enough to go after that guy.
Uh-huh.
And it was a story and a half.
What else do you remember about Greg? Any memories?
Oh, as a kid and stuff, he was always, he was just a wonderful kid with a family. He loved fishing and stuff like that. And he loved basketball, and he could shoot a basketball out at the 3-point range and just put one in after another.
Really?
Yeah. And they had some video of that, him doing that. And he never played he played on basketball in grade school over here in Our Lady of Humility.
Okay.
But he never played it in high school. He played football in high school. In fact, his shirt number in the high school was the same number that Mark had when he was in high school.
Okay.
And they both played the same position, wide receiver or tight end. And after that, they quit athletics. But Greg always did general athletic stuff, weightlifting and things like that, even after he got out of high school.
Okay.
Athletic stuff.
What do you want your kids, grandkids, great-grandkids to know about your faith in God?
Oh, well, that just makes a life an awful lot easier to live when you have faith in God. I know that. And you have less worries.
Okay.
But I wish the grandkids would all come back to the faith, the ones that have left them.
Right. What is the most important message you want to give to your family?
One thing is be happy, love God, and love your family.
Anything else?
Oh, I don't know. Probably if I could think of it.
Now, one of the things that you did with the kids that I've heard from everyone was sharing your passion being outdoors.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. We, when the kids some were getting older and we had some younger ones because we had the 7 kids. Marilyn had to stay with some of them, and I would take some on a weekend and go in Wisconsin, and we would go camping and fishing and stuff like that. And then next time it'd be another couple of them, different ones. So we always stayed with the outdoors, and when we got our property in Wisconsin, then we all had access to the outdoors.
And you had equal time with each of the kids.
Yeah. And then as the older ones then got up to an older age, and I had to work with the younger kids because they finally got up an age where you could take them.
Okay.
So you took the older ones first, to go out there and in the outdoors, and then gradually the others got old enough to take them, and the other ones who was older started doing other things. So.
You look very good, health-wise, activity-wise. You're about, 82?
No, 86.
86, yes. And Marilyn about the same age.
She is the same age.
Yes.
She's 3 months younger than me.
Well, thank you. This has been an honor for me to do this. I've done this for some of my other friends. I did it for my mother and my sister. And we are privileged that we have the technology available to us now. My father, I had one had him on VHS tape. Somebody had caught his video, and it was like about maybe 5 seconds, and I lost the video.
Oh.
So I know how important this is for, you know,
Yeah.
your kids, your grandkids, and your great grandkids. Forever they'll be watching this. Love you, Mark.
Oh, hope so.
Ron. Take care.
Yeah, you